So, welcome to my weekly video blog for today. I am in Arthington, and today I want to spend a moment or two talking to you about little surprises. You know, there are various things that you can do if life is hard that don't cost a lot of money and can just sort of cheer yourself up. And mainly these are around breaking the routine of what you usually do. And with my new hours, I've had plenty of sort of upheaval, and it's given me the opportunity to be able to think about how I can incorporate new cheap things into life to, you know, help cheer me up. For example, I have a break on my late, and I would usually think perhaps I would buy something out of the vending machine, but those are generally a little bit unhealthy, and that's quite expensive if you do it long term, so that rules that out. The other possibility is, of course, to cook something and to bring it in from home, which is probably what I would usually do, but of course then you have the effort of having to do that and the risk that you might forget it, or worse, do it, put it away, and then find that you have not got it with you, if you've forgotten to bring it. So I wondered what I could do. Now, obviously, there is a rotisserie in the supermarket, and I thought, well, I could go there, I could spend less than £2, and I could have myself something nice. You know, it's protein, so it actually helps, because I don't get after protein and I need more protein. And it just gives me something to, you know, look forward to on a night. So I go in, I start work, and I'm thinking, you know, things are quite good, because in an hour or two I'll have my break and I shall go to the rotisserie and I shall look around and I shall choose what I want to do, what I want to buy, etc, etc. And it's things like that. Now, for me, it's food, and it is food because I like food, there's no denying that. And I'm trying to diet, so I can't actually eat a lot of the food that I'd want to eat. And, you know, with good reason, because it's unhealthy. But little things, little and often, possibly. You know, that's the sort of thing that I've been sort of incorporating. And that can come in a sort of a range of different things. It's not just food. Sometimes it might be, for example, the fact that on a Tuesday morning before I go to work, I now sit in a cafe, and it's the same cafe, and I order, you know, a drink which I like, but it's quite expensive. So I can't do it all the time, but I can do it. I can afford it once a week. So I do that. In fact, Tuesday morning, Tuesday is not a very good day for me at all. Tuesday morning is not a good time either, and that's where I'm doing a lot of my springboard work, which is tiresome to say the least, and not really very prolific at the moment. So, you know, I cheer myself up by having bacon and eggs. You know, it's the only time of the week I do it. And little things like that. That's what this is about. Little things, and they just it just tides you over until the next thing, until you have something, you know, big to look forward to, which hopefully won't be too long in coming. Now, just before we go to the birthdays, there is a few other things that I need to outline in this blog. I've now been through 2 weeks of the new hours, and I've settled down with everything that needs to change. I've got a 4-week rolling sort of diet and food thing, which hopefully will sort of bring me back into line, because the last 2 weeks haven't been good food-wise, and might also help with some of the money as well. We have decided that Friday afternoons are mainly the allotment day, and that because we can get there quite early, we can go well into winter in doing midweek visits. What I don't know yet is whether Wednesday afternoons are a possibility, because I do get very, very tired, and I don't know yet if that's tired because of the hours or tired because of the adaptation to the hours. If it's tired due to the adaptation of the hours, within 2 weeks I shall know whether I can be alright, and if I am, then I can go to the allotment no problem. If I'm not, then we're going to have to cut that, and I might have to do some city or sort of walking, you know, something that's a little bit more relaxing, and use that as my cleaning day around Markenfield as well. I've rearranged things on a night on a Saturday, so I come home at 12 and I go to bed at 3, waking up at 9, and then I do my stuff between 9 and 3 in the morning. Then I sleep again 3 till 8. Now this means that I get a crash in terms of the hours spent asleep, but I don't have it all in one go, which is not good, not really healthy. So that's why I'm doing that. It's something that I last incorporated when I was a moderator on the forum, and I had to post in line with the people that were on the forum, and being that they were all in the US, they were at least 5 hours behind me. Some of them were 7 or 8, so that's why I've done that. Now we also have a few things coming up in the summer. We have a visit to Ripley Castle with my nan, which is probably happening in very late June. I also have my retreat holiday, which is split in 2 between June and July. The first part is in June around the solstice, and that's when we're doing the big review of the 5-year plan and walking to the ends of the earth project. And the other is at the end of July, when I am going down for a wedding, another family wedding. I also have a trip to Scarborough with Rob, which should have been an annual thing, but I broke my ankle last year, so it was impossible to do that. And we're going in the second week of July, although I'm not quite sure which week that is. So we're having to sort that out. There's also a Tickled Pink event, and I'm going to try, that's in June, early June, and I'm going to try and squeeze myself back into Upminster to see if I've lost the weight and I can get back into that shirt, that pink shirt or not. We also have 2 weeks booked for our fall holiday. That's quite early this week. It's in September, because 1 week of that is devoted to a vintage tour where we're going away to Northumbria. So that is all to look forward to, and that's what I sort of wanted to outline as well in this blog. And now on to the birthdays. Before we move on to the birthdays, it's time to congratulate Gordon Ryan yet again. He's taken part in another tournament. That seems to be what he does. And he also seems to win them all as well. I think he had 6 fights here, but I'm not quite sure. Anyway, he won them all. So that's another tournament I think that he's won. So well done to him. Let's move on to the birthdays. We have quite a few this week. We have got Sean Barks, Ulysses Gomez, Todd Locks, Lyman Good, Kev Columb, Wendy Barron, Chris Carriasso, Kareem El Sharif, Chris Bailey, and the fantastic Bev Watson. So many happy returns to all of those. I hope they eat lots of cake and yes, have a very good time.